Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is D Revolution. Like and subscribe to my page. I'm going to say it again. Like and subscribe to this page. If you want to know some good writing tips, how to write a story, how to write a screenplay, or how to become a spoken word artist or poet, I'm going to give you all the secrets to that because I've done them all. Today we're going to talk about screenwriting. I've written 4 screenplays. When I first started writing, I wrote a screenplay. Now, it's been years since I wrote one, so the things I'm going to tell you may have changed a little bit in the screenwriting world, but I'm going to just tell you what I know. I'm going to just tell you how what I was taught at the time, so I'm not sure how much has changed since then, since I started writing. But if you're going to write a screenplay, actually a screenplay is pretty fun to write because it gives you the room to go anywhere in the world that you want to go, the way that it's written. And keep in mind that when you write this, you're writing a screenplay for a film, so you have limitless locations and limitless things that you can do in the story to tell your story. So for those of you who do not know, a screenplay is only 120 pages. In most cases, 120 pages is a screenplay. That's a minute per page, which is a 2-hour movie. 120 pages. So you have 120 pages only to tell your story. And usually how I would deal with that, it took me a while to learn this. A story is set up in 3 phases: the beginning, the middle, the end. So basically with a screenplay, you have 40 pages for the beginning, 40 pages for the middle, 40 pages for the end. So you have 40 pages to set up your story, to set up whatever's going to happen in the screenplay. You have 40 pages, to do that. And then you have another 40 pages for all the subplots and everything to develop and things like that. The last 40 pages you have is to wrap everything up for your ending and things like that. So that's the foundation of writing that I would give to write a screenplay. That's how I attacked it, and that is what I did. With those, I split it up between 40, 40, and 40, 120 pages. But what I realized is the more screenplays I wrote, I learned, as I transitioned from writing screenplays into writing a book, I learned how to put a lot of action in my books very quickly because of the training I had with screenplays. So, like when you read one of my books, it's going to be a page turner because I still write with the 120 pages in mind. So I tend to kind of you don't have a whole lot of time to waste in order to get into your story. Remember that when you're writing a screenplay. Now, perfect example of that. So you got to think of each movie that you see as in a screenplay that was written. So, okay, let's talk about the hit movie Bird Box. Now, the one thing that was cool about this movie, it was a good movie. The one thing that was cool, within the first 15 minutes, which would be 15 pages in the screenplay, they went right to what was wrong. You know what I'm saying? Where she was in the hospital and, these things started to happen. I mean, they didn't waste any time to get into the story, which is why the movie was so good, because the first 15 minutes of a movie is the first 15 pages of a screenplay. So if you're able to make your points quick, get into it, and go with the story, there's so many movies that they take so long to get and make their point, mostly with horror films, they're slow to develop, they've wasted, they halfway in the middle of the film before you realize what it really is. What you need to learn as a writer and a person like a screenplay, you need to make sure that you find a way, figure it out to get into your story the first few pages in. And, at least you got 40 pages to get in and set everything up. That's what's going to help you. So back to Bird Box. First 15 minutes, set it up. Set things up. Now, how it set it up? Well, when Bird Box comes on, there's news is on the TV, so it's kind of telling you about these people going crazy in another country. That, believe it or not, that's setting up the story. You may not know that as a person that's watching the movie, but it's setting up the story. And so by the time she goes to the hospital and people start acting crazy there, you have an idea because you've already seen the news when she was watching the news. And so, I mean, just finding, ways to set it up and get into your story and then just go from there. And make sure you, of course, wrap it up within 120 pages. Now, within 120 pages. Now, you do have some films that go way over that. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know what Hollywood standards are now. But remember, screenplays are based on 1 minute a page. Keep that in mind. When you write a page, you're 25 pages into a screenplay, that's 25 minutes into the film. Like and subscribe to my page. I'm going to be bringing you some powerful information, some powerful things about writing, some secrets, some things. I've done it all. My name is D Revolution. Right now, in that little corner, like and subscribe to my page.